How's it going? It's like every single time I ever choose to do a video, it just so happens, hey, guess what? End of the year is the big update and we have the happy holidays, which is tradition at this point. So here we are. So I just want to thank everyone out there. This is our yearly come together where we talk about like what's coming up in 2025, how the year's been, just that little update that I always decide to just sprinkle on in for everyone just so they know what's going on. So I figured the first thing we talk about is just a thank you to everyone in general. So I don't know if anyone has seen or if no one's aware of the 24-hour stream that's coming up at the end of the year. We're going to get to that. The channel has hit over 500 subscribers. We're actually still gaining as I'm going and speaking right now. We're well past 500, and I just want to thank everyone in general for making that possible. I know the Final Fantasy crowd has been very large in making that a thing, and Gears of War with E-Day announced this year. A lot of people from the Gears of War community and Final Fantasy communities both have been making this just a very large influx of views, and I thank you all for that a lot. It really means a lot. It's nice to see that like people enjoy the content, and it's not just like I'm gaining pity points or anything. I don't want to make it sound like I just want the pity. I mean, I try and put some work into it, and I think we're doing a good job of making it so that, you know, the world knows of BCast Gaming and Final Fantasy 11 and Gear Talks and what other crap I'm working on. Thank you all in general. It really does mean a lot. I really, really appreciate it. I wish I could show some way more of than just saying thank you, but that's the best I have at the moment. So thank you very much, and let's get to the rest of it and see what we have coming up. So the first thing I have on my list is basically talking about next year's schedule, or things going on at least when it comes to the scheduling for next year. I always try and have a good idea of the general plan going forward of how I'm going to be uploading videos, or how things are going up, or what videos are going up where. And I kind of have a good idea of how 2025 is going to be looking, so I kind of already have that planned. If anything changes, obviously I'll always let out another update saying, hey, here's what we're looking at. Like when Sean's videos came back onto the channel, we decided to put out an update like, hey, here's what we're doing, and here's the plans. Speaking of that, actually, when it comes to Sean's videos, so from here on out, people probably already noticed it with this month on the community tab of things on YouTube, where there was a new vote that was going on, where I said I'd test the waters on things. So, as everyone knows, every other month, I kind of put out just like, hey, what game are we going to be playing this month? Or things like that, just to kind of like keep the flow of games going and still catch up on some games, or games that people want to see. Give the viewers their choice on what they want to watch. And that's still going to be a thing. Every other month is still going to be viewers' choice, because I feel that's right. Everyone here is watching. They're the ones that want to see what's going on. We should put on what people want to see. But in between those months, every time I like to have every year like a theme. Like 2024's theme was basically like the year of fantasy, where I was putting up every other month was a Final Fantasy game, which I really enjoyed. That was really nice. But I figured this year what we're going to do is kind of also do that, but have another theme, and it's like the year of Sean for this one. So in between the viewer choice months, we're going to be having polls going up for games that me and Sean are currently working on, and those games are going to take over for the Saturday slot where normally the voting occurs for those games. So instead of just like a theme or like these are the games going up, it's going to be just viewer choice of the games me and Sean have been playing. So if people want to see like South Park The Fractured But Whole, you can vote on that, and that'll be the game that goes up that month if it wins. Right now at the moment, me and Sean are currently working on Fractured But Whole. We're working on Final Fantasy 13, and as of right now, we're going through, as people have probably noticed, Mortal Kombat. We're going to be having all the games that we originally were going to do for the BCast Gaming Reunion and Keys the Horse Farewell Tour. That was the whole shtick. We're going to go through all those games, get them all done, and we're finally going to put the end to it all. It's going to take some time, as we've said in the previous update. I do want to stress to everyone that we are trying to get them out as quick as we can. It's just with everyone having their own lives, Sean living a ways away, it is something that does take a bit of time to get everything together and just get it all out. We can have all the content we need recorded, but in order to put it out, I've got a full-time job I still have to go to. It takes me some time to get everything out to the people. I'm working on it. It takes some time, but we're getting there. The viewer polls are still going to stay the same. At the end of the year, there always will be like a winner's bracket of the games we voted on. So that's kind of what we're looking at when it comes to Sean's side of things. When it comes to Brent's side of things, we are actually going to be getting the ball going on that a little bit. Like we finished up some stuff we were working on originally, and then when Sean came back in, we had to cut some things down here and there, and one of those things were the games me and Brent were working on, those games. So we're going to be picking up on that again now that me and Sean kind of have a good vibe of how we're getting things out. So we're going to be focusing on a bit more of Brent's videos here and there. We're going to have them going up as we go throughout the months. We're going to try our best to get them out. I know that the viewer votes, those are going to have a bit more of Brent's games coming up. I know right now there's a good amount that are in there right now that people can vote on and get up if they want. So that's kind of how it's looking. Sean and Brent's games are going to be going up as the year goes. We're going to be working our way towards getting things done for both of them. Now for the gear talks, because I know everyone in the Gears of War community is wondering, okay, so what's it going to be looking like when it comes to Gears of War on the channel? For instance, Gears of War 4, when am I starting the playthrough for that? When it comes to the gear talks, what are we talking about? What's the theme for next year? When it comes to E-Day, what's the news on E-Day? What are we going to be doing getting ready for E-Day? I've got some answers for you. So let's just start at the tippy top, work our way down. So when it comes to the Gears of War 4 playthroughs, I know those aren't gear talks, but it's Gears of War aesthetically, like it's the same. Just me discussing, me playing. Basically, we're doing Gears. So when it comes to Gears of War 4, we're starting that right away in January. I already have the schedule made up. It's going to be like midway through January, we're starting Gears of War 4, and boom, it's going to be every other Monday we're getting Gears of War 4 coming out, working our way towards the end of the Gears of War canonical run. So we still have Gears of War 4, then we got Gears 5, then we got Gears of War 5, Gears 5 Hive Busters, or just Hive Busters, and then after that we will be moving on to E-Day. It's going to probably, for 4, take us throughout most of the year with every other Monday, so that's going to be our main goal for 2025. I do have a schedule of like a roadmap of what we're looking at for the Gears of War canonical run, and then 2026 is roughly looking at when we're going to be finishing 5, and we're going to be finishing Hive Busters. Let's talk about E-Day quick. We'll get to the conversation for the gear talks, but for E-Day, what I currently have been hearing through the grapevine, what I've been seeing, it seems like we're going to be aiming at around a late 2026, 27-ish release around that window. I don't believe we're going to be seeing anything coming out in 2025, so that means that we're going to get through Gears of War 4, and then it's either going to come out at the very end of our Gears 5 and Hive Busters run, or it's going to be coming out midway through or right after. That's roughly what we're looking at. So it's not like E-Day's going to come out, nothing's going to be touched, and then, you know, like 6 months after we're going to finally deal with it. No, we're going to actually get to E-Day. It's just we're going to either have an overlap or something like that is going to occur. We are going to get to E-Day. I want to play it when it comes out, but if I'm still in the middle of things, we'll figure out what we're doing there. So that's what it's looking like for E-Day. We're still going to be touching on it. I still want to get to E-Day. It's just, it's down the road a ways still. Let's focus on the here and now in 2025. So finally, for the conversation of the gear talks when it comes to the 2025 theme that we're going to be having, well, tomorrow you're going to be getting that, because right now it's like the day before the gear talk, and tomorrow is talking about the overview of what it is. So I might just drop some hints. We're going to be getting some characters that are kind of very lightly touched upon when it comes to the main story. We're getting characters that aren't that well known, but have a very strong story when it comes to the universe. That's like the best I can say. I've already recorded that gear talk, just like overly gushing of an overview of what we're going to be talking about. So expect that tomorrow. You're going to get the gear talk that talks about what it's going to be. I don't really want to spoil it here when it's just less than 24 hours away. You're going to get the info you need. So let's just aim for tomorrow you get it. So just know, if you've read into it, then you can picture what it's going to be. We're just going to go with that. The next thing we have to talk about is the streams going on for 2025. So this one, there really isn't a lot to add to it. We're going to be keeping it Final Fantasy XI. That has gotten great reception. I have met wonderful people through this. Many, many people have come through to say hello, or new people have joined the channel because of the streams. I've met amazing people just from the community and online even. So I feel like keeping the stream as 11 isn't a bad idea. I do like the idea of branching out and doing the indie games again like we did a year ago. We were aiming at doing that, and then we kind of just went into 11. I think right now in my life, I want to do those indie games again, or do like old Flash games. I really enjoyed that. But I just feel, not only for viewership, but myself, I do enjoy 11. I like being on 11. I like the community of 11. I enjoy it. And I am paying monthly for that, so I kind of want to get some bang for my buck. So we're going to stick with Final Fantasy XI because I do like it. So let's go 11. Let's keep the dice rolling and keep having a good time. Speaking of Final Fantasy XI, the 24-hour stream, we are mainly going to be focusing on Final Fantasy XI. I do have some ideas of what we're going to do. Maybe throw a poll up once an hour to see what people want to keep doing. Maybe people want to just hang out and chill and not really do Final Fantasy. Maybe just a fishing stream in Final Fantasy XI. I've gotten some ideas for that one. Maybe going on adventures. Maybe Maybe we watch videos and do reactions to something like that. Whatever feels right while we're doing it. Basically, the stream is going to be 24 hours of just all of us having a good time. That's mainly the goal. The main focus will probably be Final Fantasy XI unless the people want something different. One more thing I'm going to bring up, I haven't really talked a lot about when it comes to like the promos for it or everything. When it comes to the stream for next week for the 24-hour stream, it is going to be subscriber based. So if you're coming in, only subscribers are going to be able to view it. So if you have subscribed to the channel, if you have subscribed, there we go, then go ahead, come on in, have a good time. We're giving things away, having a fun time. If you have not subscribed yet, you won't be able to watch the 24-hour stream or get in on the giveaways. So as long as you're subscribed, you're able to come in and you can participate. Whatever tickles your fancy. If you just want to subscribe, get in, do the giveaways, and then unsubscribe, that's fine. We're just here to have a good time. We're here to just have fun. That's the point of it. You don't want to have fun? Well, you subscribed and you're there. So unless I boot you out of there, I mean, welcome to the family, son. The very last thing I want to talk about in this yearly update video of what's coming up is going to be future games. So I talked about this in the last update video. I kind of just glossed on it. I might have mentioned it last year. I don't believe I did, but I glossed on it last year and kind of went, didn't go into it, but I mentioned it, was that here's the dealio. So me and Sean and Brent are all focusing on, and I've told this one before, we're all focusing on getting these games done, these projects, so that we're all able to move on to different parts of our lives. I want to do new games, different games, popular games, or games that I really enjoy. I want to do that and have it up more frequently than just now and then through a viewer poll or whenever I can get to it to finish a game. I want to do more stuff. I want to have more freedom to go around and do things. Sean wants to focus on a future he has with a family, children. He wants to focus on that. Brent has his channel he wants to focus on and really grow that. We all three have our own different views on what we want to do. So we came together, we decided we're going to put the kibosh on these games, finish them, and have it donezo, give the people what they want, and then everyone's on their merry way to continue what they want to do, and that's still what the plan is. We're doing our best to get things out, but we all do have our lives we're trying to deal with. If I did make money off of YouTube, for instance, if I was monetized and I was getting paid decently to just do this, I mean, every day a video, I could probably get things out a little quicker. I'm not saying, you know, oh no, pity me, but it's the idea of just that we don't have the efficient ability with time and management to get everything out as quick as we can. We can get it out on a scheduled basis that we have, but we can't do it on just a grandiose scale of like 2 videos a day. We just don't have the ability to right now. So we're just aiming for what we're able to do. That's the goal right now. And then when things are done, we can all focus on new games, new things brought to the channel, fun times all around. But for the time right now, and what I'm really trying to get at is that the best I can ask of everyone is just have a little bit of patience with us. We're really trying. The more we can get cleared out of the library of stuff we have, the quicker we can get to some newer things. I know I've been asking that a lot, just patience. We're getting there, we're getting there. And it probably will still be a while. I'm asking a lot for a lot of patience. But when we get to that point, everyone can move on with their lives. We can have new things. Like, there's so many ideas and so many things that I want to do. There's so many plans that I want to do. It's just to effectively put them into perspective of doing them, even starting them. There's just so much on my plate of getting other stuff done. And I hate the idea of like video series that people enjoy watching and just having it like half done and you never see the ending. For instance, like there's games me and Sean have played where people have wanted to see how it plays out and ends. We've gotten that for Final Fantasy 13. We're just now getting back to 13 to finish that off. And it's just like, I want to see the end of these things because, you know, all this time and effort I've put in, the joy that people have had watching these things, I just always feel like it's for naught at the end, and it's just like you leave people on a cliffhanger, and you don't really get to give people their endings, and it just gets to me, man, you know? That's the goal right now, just a little bit of patience. We're going to hammer things out as quick as we can. I have a schedule made up, like I talked with the other guys, and we kind of have an idea on how it's going to flow, just so everyone gets their stuff out, and we can kind of move closer to the finish line. So that's kind of what we're looking at for the year. So I'm happy with everything that happened this year. I'm happy with the growth. I'm happy with the streams. The gear talks were amazing. We were getting videos out and finished up. I'm happy for the games we finished. I'm so happy about that. 2025, I am going to love that. Because you know with E-Day, you know, we didn't get a lot of news aside from the trailer. We're going to get a bit more of E-Day as 2025 goes on. We're going to get something. And we're going to have information on that. We're going to have discussions. We're going to have a great time. The streams are going to be amazing. We're going to bring in more people. Throw the word of Final Fantasy XI. Grow the council. You know, it's going to be a good time. I'm happy we got new merch out in 2024. It was a really good time. I had a lot of fun. Granted, this time of the year it gets very stressful with a lot of stuff, but that's all a part of the fun at the end of the day. I'll be looking back in June and I'll be laughing about all this. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for making things possible. Thank the patrons for making things possible. Thank you all just for watching in general this year. I love you all to death. I hope the holidays are going amazing for everyone and the happiest of happy New Years all around. I will see you guys in 2025 after a few more videos this year, but 2025 I'll be back once again. Later!